Should be the third. Alright. Welcome to Keepin a Spiel. Episode number 23.
23.2.0.
Should be 24, but we missed a week because
25.
should it? Did we miss 2 weeks?
Well, you were stuck in Chicago? Memorial Day weekend?
Oh yeah.
That was Memorial Day, right?
But we've done it since then, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've done
Oh,
it
yeah.
since then, but
Alright.
like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it should be 25 then, right?
yeah. So, yeah, so technically it's 25, but we didn't do those 2 episodes. Completely your fault, so no.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
Ah, man, you know that. You know, hey.
But yeah, we're starting late today. We normally start at 6, but I don't even know what time. It's gotta be like 8:30, right? Something like that.
8:45.
8:45. Starting late today because we went and saw we went and saw Midsummer. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that shit, but I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about it yet, honestly. But kind of a tough one to process, really.
Yeah, so we saw that.
What did you think?
Dude, I liked the first half of it a lot. It was not long, like complaining or anything.
Right.
It seemed like there was a first and second half. Really,
Yeah.
first half to set it up, and then that's when they got to Sweden. They kind of settled in towards the end of the first half, and then when more events and shit like started to become apparent of what they were getting into, started the second half, and then the second half. This is just my head. The second half or whatever was just kind of like.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like they set up the second half of it really well. Like with the whole, I feel like the second half of it started when the ritual where the old people fucking off themselves, pretty much.
Yeah, when
I
that
feel like that's when like when the movie really starts going, like it actually starts.
yeah, that I feel like that's a fair assumption to say that the second half was when the old couple said see it
Yeah, they were just like fuck it.
and did a fucking header. Well, actually,
One of them did it the right way.
didn't do a header for some reason because he went second. He clearly saw the first person, the old woman, do her header, and if I would have known there was going to be any kind of Olympic sport in the movie, I would have brought scorecards
Right.
and held them up. She got a solid 8, and then homeboy, the other guy, he just went leg first into the pool.
Yeah.
And
he
by
just
pool, I
jumped-
mean the
jumped
rock.
in the fucking shallow end.
Yeah. He just
I would have at least went cannonball for something for it, but no, just all legs right into
the
the
fucking
ground.
cannonball. He's just your destroyed anus, broken back. And then, yeah, I gave him like a 3. But, I mean, yeah, he botched that one. And then what happened? Because he was still alive.
Right, and then yeah,
I guess surprisingly.
they pretty much take these wooden hammers and just finish the job on them.
And by
For some reason, they just take turns doing it too. They didn't let one guy do it; they just let 3 people do it for some reason.
Which was nice.
Right.
I don't know if those people smashing his face were like relatives.
Right.
So it was kind of like, all right, grandma did it. That was successful. Grandpa fucked it up. God damn it.
Right.
Like, I just got these
He's
threads.
just there looking at his mangled legs, dude. Not dead yet.
Yeah. Hammer, I think's a understatement. It was like a
It's like a gigantic fucking cricket fucking racket or whatever you want to call it.
yeah. It was like if Gallagher was
That was pretty.
if Gallagher was alive in like the 1700s and he had to make his own mallet, it's kind of like
They should have made him one of the dudes that smashes his head, dude. I kept saying that shit in the theater. People were probably getting annoyed, but I kept going, "Y'all ready to smash some fruit?" Like before they even did that shit.
yeah, before they even jumped, he was yelling that. That would have been funny if they got him to do that, and they did a bunch of panned out shots of the other cultees
Right.
in the
Cultists.
background, cultists with their white cultivist with their white gowns or whatever, and then it's just Gallagher with his green and black striped shirt tucked into his pants with the suspenders, just kind of like holding the hammer or the mallet, just like, oh man, please live. One of you guys botch it. First lady did it, and she just smashed her head, and he was probably just like in the background, like, ah man.
Here we go.
I thought it was funny during that scene. That after the first lady jumped off, the old woman, that one of the outsiders, tourists from England,
He's just, like,
when he
freaking
saw the
out, dude.
second dude, he was like, "You have options, man."
Right.
Like, I don't think you're catching on to what's
Right.
really going on, man. Like, I know you've only been there like a day and a half, but it's kind of a cult. It's
I kept wanting to say, like, what am I waiting for?
I'll show you what I'm waiting for. What if the second dude was just kind of like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna live out the rest of my days and hopefully like die in my sleep. I don't know if I want to
Right.
jump off. And the dudes in the back that carried him,
He's like, I feel pretty good. Like,
yeah, he's like, oh, that cancer went away.
I feel like I got at least a couple more years before I'm like really starting to go. So we'll just wait it out.
Yeah, the dudes in the so there are these like 6 or 7 dudes that carried them to the cliff after they had
First of all, I don't know if this is what you're about to get at, but like, dude, there's no way those 2 people are carrying up that motherfucker up that steep ass cliff
oh yeah,
like that, dude.
Yeah.
They had to at least switch off or something that we didn't see. Like,
they might have. They were wearing those gowns, so I don't know. They might
none
have
of
been
them were even
shredded.
sweaty, dude. They were
Yeah.
just fucking up. They just brought him up there, fine.
It's the day they've been training for since they're a young
Yeah.
child. Is just lifting
He's
and
been lifting bags of potatoes up the
Yeah.
fucking cliff their whole life.
meatballs and shit because it's in Sweden. No, what I was gonna say is that when he had a change of heart on jumping off that cliff, he like stepped back and just the dudes in the blue gowns that carried him up there were just like, nah. They just had a
Push him.
yeah. That's why he botched it. He was just like, whoa. They just had a gun.
They're like, we already cut your hands, dude. You're already going. Ritual started.
Yeah. So that guy, the tourist, what was his name? Morris.
I don't even remember his name.
The lights. There's this one dude from England that was an outsider, along with the main cast that were Americans. Just happened to be there. Yeah, he was like trying to like stop him. He was doing this in the distance. He was just like, no, man.
He's
Like-
this is fucked up. You guys are just watching this.
And everybody else in the cult was just like, what's that guy's problem?
They're
Like,
get that guy out of here. Trying to watch these people kill themselves.
yeah. And then when he jumped, he botched it, shattered his compound fractures.
I would say least, dude.
I was making a shitty joke in my head. I was gonna say it out loud, but I don't know. I'm weird about even saying anything during a movie. Like I was trying to be really quiet, opening up my pack of beef jerky. I was just like,
First of all, hold on. I meant to say this as we were walking in the theater. How much did that bag of beef jerky cost at the movie theater?
I don't know.
Right. All right.
I bought a
You just
medium.
were like, I know it's gonna be bad. I'm not even gonna look.
Yeah. I got a medium Sprite, and then I got the beef jerky and a box of snow caps, because if you go to the movie theaters and you don't go get a box of snow caps, you're fucking up. I was looking for the dots, but kind of glad I didn't get dots, because I would have been there picking my teeth and just be like, oh, that's fucked up. But it was like $13 altogether. 3
Right,
items.
bad.
Yeah, it
Usually-
wasn't.
Right.
It took about 47 seconds for the dude to give me my change, because
I noticed that, dude. I was like, fuck.
did you do that?
No, like I was just kind of like thinking that at least. I was like, man, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because we were already kind of late. It starts at 5:05. It was like 5:10 when you were like checking out. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, so I got my stuff. He rang it up. It was like $13.47, let's say. I gave him a 20, and he opened the register, and I saw that he had no dimes, no quarters, or no pennies opened up out of the rolls. So I was just like, oh.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ. And of course, like, he's like a fat, sweaty nerd. He's like, just give me a second. I'll open this up. So he opened up all the quarters, and then he was like,
cracks him on the register.
He's like,
Just fall off.
I just wish I didn't use so much lotion before I came into work. And he's just like trying to open the fucking dimes and nickels, and I'm just like, this is embarrassing for me. And I like turn to my right, and there's like a line of 15 people all seeing the same movie as me. So they're like,
yeah, I know.
Fuck, man. So everybody that had cash put their cash away and pulled out their cards. Yeah, I don't like to really say things, but I was gonna say out loud during the movie. I don't know if I was gonna say this, but yeah, after they hit him in the face with the hammer, I'm gonna watch this when I get home and realize that this isn't what I was gonna say because I sidetracked with this sweaty fat nerd.
Right, yeah, sorry.
But I wanted to say after they smashed the old dude's face, I just want to be like, when they did it again, I was like, oh no, I know what I was gonna say. When the first lady did it, the grandma, and her face was just smashed on the rock, I was just, when they showed the body, I was just gonna be like, somebody check her pulse.
Right.
Just so shitty. But I didn't say it out loud. I was trying to be quiet during
I kept fucking I always just say fucking shit, dude. I don't know why, but
I tried opening my snacks as quiet as possible. The opening scene, like before we saw what happened, like the first 10 minutes was just kind of like the main the main character Danny trying to get a hold of her sister and her parents, and then talking to her boyfriend. So the whole time I'm just opening up my beef jerky, smash it, and then I try opening my snow caps, and I love snow caps. So the first handful I got, put a few in my mouth, and then it turns out that her sister did a murder suicide with the exhaust from the garage, tied like a hose, turned both cars on, and just had a hose connected to her mouth, Danny's sister. And
then another hose connected to her
parents' room.
And then she taped the bottom of the door. So
yeah, and then the next scene was just her or Danny hysterically crying, of course. And I just had like
a lot of those scenes for some reason in this movie.
Yeah, there really is. And after that scene, I just had a mouthful of snow caps and a handful of like chocolate kind of melting because I was like, I kind of don't want these snow caps. Kind of like bummed out a little bit. A little bummed out.
He always sets up his movies with like somebody fucking dying or something like that, you know? Some kind of tragedy.
Yeah, like when in Hereditary, when
the little
girl got decapitated by the post or whatever, and dude just drove the car back to her brother drove the car back to the house, and he was just laying there in his bed throughout the night into the early morning, and then you just hear the mom screaming. I'm like, oh.
I felt the same kind of vibes with that scene where she's just crying.
Yeah.
In what's her boyfriend's name? Christian? And Christian's like fucking lap and shit.
Yeah, I was just like, ooh, all right.
Like, jeez.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but laugh, dude, when those people jumped off the cliff, dude. Like, 'cause it was so brutal, dude.
I kind of
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, as soon as the main cast, the four Americans, Danny, her boyfriend Christian, not being racist, but I forgot his name, the black dude.
I think his name's Josh. Which
fit, yeah. If you see the movie, yeah, if you see the movie, you're gonna be like, oh, he's a Josh for sure. And then the kid from We Are the Millers, Punchable Face.
Yeah.
Punchy. They're the main American cast, and they're friends with a Swedish dude who happened to be from that little village.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended up in that place. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, just fucking I don't know, it seemed like we were just kind of rolling through the movie at this point. I don't know, man. Like, I felt like it was like trying to be really good, but like it was just kind of pretentious. Like, I don't know. There wasn't like a whole lot going on in every scene. Like a lot of the scenes could be wrapped up with like 4 minutes less time, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. It's one thing to build up like a suspense scene, but it's another to like build up every scene like it's a suspense scene. Like, I don't know. Just what it felt like to me. Like every time a scene started, like, all right, fucking here we go. Like, here comes like a pan shot of like somebody walking across the field for fucking 5 minutes or whatever. Like,
yeah. I don't know. It was like I said, the first half after the old couple jumped off. The cult. I think she was the cult leader.
ooh, the old lady.
The old lady. She's
Yeah,
like, this
no.
is our culture, and like instead of
Oh yeah, that lady. All right, I thought you
them
meant the one that jumped off.
yeah, and instead of them suffering through old age and stuff, I just was like, that's okay, cool, but we're gonna leave.
Right.
And then the fact that they still stuck around, they're like, all right, well,
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, whatever you got to tell yourself, lady. You're getting to that age, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna start believing all kinds of crazy shit.
like I'm from America, and if you're worried about me ratting you guys out, one, nobody's gonna believe me. Two, what are they gonna do? Come over here?
Right. You ain't got no oil for.
Yeah. Well, Sweden, like, we're not gonna even be able to find you on the map. Like, fucks. Relax. Village of 40 people,
I know, right?
all weird and blonde hair. I almost tried not laughing out loud when they after they took the mushrooms, and they were like, all right, we're going to the village or whatever.
Yeah.
And they rolled up, and it was like that big, like, what I pictured in my head, like, in comparison, pictured in my head was like, you know, if you're a WWF wrestler and you're coming out of the,
Like
you're coming out of the
right.
Titantron. It was like this. It was like this big, like, exit,
Sun,
stage exit. Yeah. So you walk out, and it's something like when you get there, people who are in the village see you, and you're just walking out of this giant sun that they made.
Right.
But as soon as they came out, you just saw these like little kids and like a overweight dude just playing like flutes, like.
Yeah. And one guy was just fucking. One guy clearly, like, the other guys looked like they were playing what I was hearing with the flutes, but one guy was just going hard with the pantomimes, dude. He was just like
shredding on it, and
it's like, dude, I don't even hear any of that
Yeah.
what you're doing, dude.
they were just like, fuck it, we'll just keep it,
Yeah, they're like
whatever. Dude, I mean,
I felt like that scene was supposed to be like a, here we go, you're just now stepping into the movie, like what's actually, like, shit's about to start going down right now, like
Yeah.
walking through that. That's what the scene felt like it could have been, but then it was like, oh, here's like another 40 minutes of setup.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought what I thought was kind of dumb to like emphasize with the characters from the US was that when a Swedish dude was like showing them where they're gonna sleep, and it was like they walked in and all the Americans were like, oh my god, wow, this is beautiful, and in my head I'm like, it's a fucking barn.
right. It's a barn that
you're
somebody painted.
you're sleeping in a barn with 30 other fucking
And
Swedish people.
One thing I wanted to, I don't know if it's like supposed to be something to it, maybe subliminally, but like there's a scene where they talk about how everybody in the village raises all the children. So there's like
Yeah.
almost not really like a mother to like one specific mother to every kid. It's like the whole village raises them. Who, like, out of that whole village, nobody could shut that fucking little baby up that was crying every single time they were about to go to sleep in that barn, dude? Like, every time they were about to go to sleep in that barn, there was a baby just wailing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, somebody pick that fucking thing up. Let's sacrifice that thing.
I thought they were going to because their first night there, one of them put like, it looked like scissors under the pillow.
Yeah. That's what I was
something?
wondering what
Or,
that
like,
was, but it
super
was that
bad
room
parenting?
or whatever.
You're just gonna put scissors under that baby's pillow? Like, what,
Yeah, like, what was that supposed to even be?
I don't know. I
A
don't know.
rune to, like, shut her up? I
Didn't
guess
work.
not, right?
Yeah. Sleeping, the fucking infant is sleeping on a set of scissors, so it's gonna
Right.
keep crying.
Right.
Yeah, when they walked in that barn, it had like culty fucking drawings and shit that, you know, they didn't pick up on, obviously, because they didn't know what was going on or what was gonna
Plus,
happen.
it's supposed to be like I knew that's what that was. Like, there was going to be all kinds of stuff that was like foreshadowing, but it's
Yeah.
like it's like information overload. You can't look at any of those
Yeah.
things and be like put anything together. You know what I mean? It's for after the fact type things, which
Mhm.
is cool. But
Yeah, they walk into the barn and they're just like, "Oh my god!"
I think one of them seriously was like, people sleep in here?" Like,
Yeah.
they're like, no, dude. What are all these fucking beds laying around for then?
they're just like single beds, all lined up. You have like 4 feet of space between the next bed, and then there's upstairs in the barn. and it's the same setup. And I'm like, yeah, I know that place. It's county jail. That's county jail.
Right.
Like, you guys are sleeping in county jail. Cool, and you're all pumped about it.
Yeah, except nobody painted over the fucking like nobody even gets pens or anything to draw on the walls in jail, so they can't, I can't even make that analogy. Like,
just, I mean, feces.
right. Oh Lord, that paints a whole new picture for that.
Yeah.
That whole movie, really.
Yeah, it was just everything's just doo doo. Yeah. So Josh was doing a thesis.
Yeah.
There. I thought that was kind of funny when that Christian dude was kind of like, "Hey, wanted to tell you that scene," because it was after something kind of like fucked up. I can't remember 100%, but anyways, that scene.
It was after like those people killed themselves. A little bit after that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit after that. He goes into the barn, the hotel barn, and Josh is doing his report on the laptop, Wi-Fi, I guess. He's fucking. He's on. There's a lot of electronics in this, but Josh is doing his thesis, and Christian's like, "Hey, just wanted to tell you, because
Because I didn't want you to think I wasn't telling you."
Yeah, he literally said that. He said that to think that I wasn't gonna tell you, but I think I'm gonna do my thesis here. And they got into this like 3-minute. It doesn't sound long, 3 minutes, but a 3-minute nerd argument. Like, Josh put his laptop down, stopped his thesis.
He was like, "You're lazy." That's.
Yeah, he's like, "You're lazy. You know I've been planning for this, man, and like you're just gonna jump on and my thesis." He's like, "Bro, you're gonna go to Berlin and like London."
He hit him below the belt. He was like, "Dude, why don't you get your own passion?"
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
I was like, "Yeah, dude."
He's like, "You know what? I'm kind of confused. I don't know what to do my thesis on, dude. Like, come on, give me a break. Like, let me just do this, dude. What the fuck's the big deal?"
Yeah, so they're getting into this nerd argument, and the whole time I'm just kind of like, man, Christian's like, might want to see if they got like a fucking a clothing store around, because them fucking collars are way too big on a shirt, like, especially for being a ginger, like, you're gonna burn up. But yeah, they got into a nerd argument, and Christian, trying to be cool and like calm, he's like, "Oh, I'm open to collaborate,"
Right.
and just leaves, and I'm like, what the fuck was that all about?
At the end of it, he's like, "Well, guess what? I'm doing my thesis here." So he's just like sticking to his guns.
Yeah, and mind you, this is in real time in the movie, probably like 25 minutes after they just saw a couple of senior citizens commit suicide. Well, one try to commit suicide and then be murdered.
Right.
So they're now arguing about their college report or some shit.
And it's like, dude, one thing, I don't know, I never went to college, but it's like, is it really up to the cult whether or not they do a combined thesis? Like, can the cult even have anything to do with that? Like, you know what I mean? They come back with a combined thesis. They're like, yeah, this is supposed to be like from one person. So like,
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Like,
so homeboy Josh was like, "All right, well, I gotta one up him. I'm gonna break into that sacred cabin to take some pictures with my cell phone.
Pictures of the scriptures.
Of the scriptures from this cult." And then he gets his head smashed by, we'll just call him Gallagher.
Yeah.
In the back of the head.
That dude was eyeballing the one dude before that too.
Oh yeah.
At the dinner table.
Yeah, at the picnic where they had the meat pie and Christian had the meat pube pie.
The pube fucking, yeah.
Yeah, I guess like the cult works if you're selected as a male to mate with one of the younger females, she'll put her pube in the pie and you'll be served that pie, and then
intermenstrual blood in your drink. Yeah. Apparently.
I thought he just got lucky. Everybody got like.
I thought he got blood orange. Fucking. They look like they all had grapefruit juice. That's what it looked like to me.
I thought everybody got grapefruit juice, and they liked Christian so much.
They gave him a little bit of grenadine.
They gave him They gave him like a fucking blood orange, like.
Right.
Maybe put a little bit of Swedish vodka in there. They're like, we like you. You're tall, just like us. Your friends are short. But yeah, he drank. I don't know if he drank it, but
he did.
Yeah, he drank the fucking
at the end of the scene. Yeah,
the puby, or not the puby, but the fucking menstrual blood cocktail. And then ate the pube pie, pulled out the pube out of his mouth, and homeboy from the We Are the Millers was like, bro, is that a pube? Mind you, like, a pube is pretty thin, and this guy from We Are the Millers was sitting like 2 or 3 people down, and they were eating at a picnic table outside, and it was bright, and he turned around and was like, that's a pube.
Right.
Like, you saw that from this distance?
How many pubes you eat to know out rip?
That kid, Punchable from Where Are the Millers, that's the second best eyesight in a film or in any kind of like, yeah, he has the second best eyesight in any kind of film, TV show, anything, media, next,
Slater.
yeah, behind AC Slater when he spotted out that roach from, I don't know, 15 feet away.
Like, is that a roach? That's what he was like, ew, is that a pube?
Yeah. And AC Slater was like, is that a roach? And it might not sound that impressive to spot out a roach 13 feet away.
I'll tell you what, dude. There's nights in here where I'm out of weed and I'm looking for roaches that I might have dropped, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I don't spot them like that. I'll tell you that, dude.
I have an IKEA cabinet where I put books and records on and shit like that. And I leave my black watch on it, and before I leave work, I'm like, where's my watch? And mind you, the cabinet, it's like just a regular like light wooden color, and I'm like, where's my watch? So props to AC Slater and Punchable for pointing those out. I mean, a roach on a white tiled bathroom floor under a sink, mind you, the shadow.
And also, dude, did you notice, like, leading up to the scene where the old people kill themselves, like, he's like, the dude that brings him there is like, it's too hard to describe. And it turns out that Josh knows what he's talking about because of his research, because he's like into that stuff. And then the Christian looks at Josh like, are you gonna, like, what is, like, are you know what this is? Why don't you tell me? And then he doesn't tell him either. And then they both go to it. So it's like, dude, you fucking knew what the, was the black guy there for that?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's like, you fucking knew, dude. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Like,
and the poor girls.
I was going to say, my girl's fucking parents just died.
And my sister commutes. Like, my sister murdered my parents and committed suicide. And you know that, and you knew what was going to, like, go on at this ritual whatever. And you brought me to it? You dick?
Yeah. Or you didn't.
You knew this, like,
or you could have just said something like, hey, you might want to stay back for this one.
You knew this 35 minutes before, earlier in the movie, when my boyfriend invited me over to the apartment to hang out with you guys, and he told you that I was coming. You fucking knew that was going to happen. Maybe you didn't know the events afterwards in the ritual, but you knew that was going to happen on day one, and you sat there and was like, hey, let me warm up my coffee. Who warm up my coffee in a microwave? That fucking shit.
And then they fucking what was after that? Significant. That was significant.
After the pube?
Yeah. There's a whole lot of, like, not significant parts, I feel.
Yeah, it seemed very like there seemed like there was events and they were just kind of choppy. Like, they was just like, this was going on, and then this was going on, but it didn't seem like, okay, it's building to something. Right. Like, I guess, like, the dude that was trying to talk down the old man from jumping went missing, and I don't think I mentioned earlier, the dude had a fiance that was also there, and she went to go grab her stuff. She was like, I'm getting out of here too. When one of the other Swedish guys in the call was like, oh, he left, it was a 2-seat truck, and it's 35 minutes away, but they'll be right back. And she's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would we leave? He's like, he was basically like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what you understand, but he left.
He's like, we don't break traffic laws here. So.
Yeah. We let the old people jump off of cliffs, and if one of them lives, we'll smash their fucking face in.
Well, you're not riding on each other's laps in the car.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know how you do it in America, but in Sweden we go 22 kilometers. What kind of fuck? I didn't even, like, debate that. Like, wait, a truck with only 2 seats? But I was like, it is Sweden.
Right.
It was probably built by IKEA. and came in. It was just like 2 love sofas in the cabin or whatever, the truck or whatever that part. I don't know if there was really any significant like. I mean, they burned those 2 old people, and then they threw the ashes in the sacred tree of ancestors.
Oh yeah, and then fucking Punchable fucking pissed on it.
Yeah, Peter Puncher pissed on it. So I'll take a piss. He just goes over and pisses on it, and fucking one guy's like in the cult was like swearing at him in Swedish, which was hilarious.
Right.
He's like, "You're the visionär, utseende." And really, he was just like, "What are you doing pissing on that? That's where we buried our ancestors."
It's like, that's fucking sacred to us, you piece of shit.
Yeah. And
I thought you were punchable, dude, but fucking I guess you're killable.
Yeah. So the mutual Swedish friend that brought them there was like, "Yeah, you can't piss on that. That's where we throw the ashes or bury our ashes of our ancestors." And
He's like, it's just a dead tree.
He's like, "So what? It's just a dead tree." And the dude that was flipping out, I guess, understood a little bit English. He's like, "So what? Well, you hear that?" Man, Swedish people can get fucking pretty violent.
Yeah. Apparently.
You know what made the movie a lot better? Is that during any tense moments, or like, say the old lady walking off like to the edge of the cliff, you're like, oh man, instead of the violin and the like whatever the tense music,
yeah,
it was just like Ace of Base.
I thought you were gonna say, you know, it'd be cool as if during those tense moments, as if they actually had tense moments, because there wasn't very many.
Yeah, just what I thought was gonna be like.
It all felt tense in a way, because of how the scenes dragged on, but like not all of the scenes needed to be like that. I think, like, I feel like it took away from the suspense scenes, having every scene get dragged on like that. Personally, that's how I feel.
I don't know, man. And then there was like what a lot of like trippy shit, like visuals. It was all like trippy.
Yeah, like when they eat the mushrooms and she's looking up at the tree and it's all moving and shit.
Yeah, and then she like took the drink.
Yeah, she does dances for however long.
Yeah. She won this competition and stuff, so they put a crown of flowers. Yeah, Swedish edition. And they're just they're just basically like rope-de-row square dancing, I think.
Yeah, I don't even right.
But it was like a dance marathon, I guess. And then she won it. Danny the American won it. Hell yeah. Represent USA. She won it, and they put this throne of flowers on her head, and then she starts tripping out. Well, she was tripping out already, but like when she actually stopped moving around, you could see like the flowers were just kind of like opening up and stuff, making everything trippy. And then homeboy Christian drank the same shit, and they were having
reluctantly, by the way.
Yeah, he was like, "I guess I'll drink."
He was like, "You know what? I don't really want to have a bad trip." And she's like, "No, you're fine." And he was like, "I guess I got to now." Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, even though you don't have to.
Dude, if you go to a place, like say you go to like an Airbnb, and like you see some shit like that, old people jumping off the cliffs, and they're like, and a couple days later, like you were just like, all right, I'll wait it out for some reason. And somebody was like, here, drink this. Would you be like, all right? I'd be like, no.
Right.
I'm good.
Be like, I'm good with this. What even is this, dude? You got like a bunch of pollen in here? What is this?
Oh.
It looked like when they're, what's that called? The stone and mace or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called off my head, but like.
Fuck, I know the name of it. It's not. Anyways, the thing where you basically smash herbs in and stuff.
Make your own salsa.
Yeah. And I was pretty much like, man, that just looks like when you leave guacamole out for like a day,
mm-hmm.
and then they put it in the drink.
It just looks
It looked like crushed bees.
It looked like lemonade, and like if somebody dropped like a teaspoon of dried basil and oregano, and it was like, here you go, Kenan. I'm just like, this is lemonade, basil and oregano, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's good though. Like, no, it's not, because it's lemonade, dried basil and oregano. I like those three things, just not together. But yeah, he reluctantly drank it, and he started tripping out. And then, since she was like queen of the day or something, they took her to bury a fucking flank steak and cracked an egg on it.
They made
Yeah, the lady that
underground meatloaf.
Well, you forgot breadcrumbs.
I think what did they put at the bottom? What was that? Like wood chips or what? Like
I thought it was just like
I'm just for the joke. I'm gonna say that was the breadcrumbs.
yeah, for the lady I was talking about earlier in the cult that was trying to calm down the British dude. She stood up at the table when they were feasting for Danny having the big like winning that dance off, and they were like, "Yeah, you have to go with these women and bless our crops and harvest and shit like that." So they took her, and then the next shot was just like this hole in the ground, like a very small hole in the ground, and they throw like fucking chickpeas in there, and then one woman throws like chickpeas in there, or I don't know, like fucking sunflower seeds in it, and then another lady comes with like a
giant chuck roast.
Yeah,
throws that in
it
there.
was a very it was not
it was
a
trimmed well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, props to the butcher there. The butcher was just like carving that bitch. But yeah, it was like a fucking tough looking like piece of beef, like I don't know, like a flank steak or like a fucking chuck roast, like something you would cut
definitely
up.
Something you cook for over time for sure.
That you want to braise it,
Right.
you know.
You don't want to just eat it like a steak. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so they throw the chickpeas, and then they throw the flank steak, and then another lady comes and just cracks an egg, puts a yolk in it.
Shell and all, too, by the way.
Yeah, shell and all. I think that cult needs to take a surf safe course.
Right. For
like,
real.
consuming raw meat and poultry is not good, you know?
And the condition
Shells.
of the chicken coop was horrendous.
Mm-hmm. It was.
We'll get to that, though.
It was just a mess for multiple reasons. Yeah, and then I guess that's blessing their crops is just throwing 3 ingredients in there.
Right.
I guess they supply their own seasonings and pubes, so there's no worries about where that's coming from. You gotta bless that. But yeah. So after that, it's funny because it actually leads into the chicken coop sanitary level.
Right.
Oh no, wait, that was after the awkward rape. I thought that was rape.
I feel like that was rape.
That was
sure. I
rape.
feel like since he drank the fucking
The
lemonade with the fucking basil and oregano, that I feel like ever since that point he was out of it. Everything he did was out of his control. Because that lady literally is like, it breaks down your defenses. Like
he was like, I guess.
He's like, sure, that sounds like you know what? You convinced me that this is a good thing. Breaking down all my defenses. That sounds good.
It's like, you know what? I can't find my friends. My girlfriend just left. We're actually arguing pretty bad. I forgot it was her birthday. Let me get some of that oregano juice. So he's all tripping, and he's basically like, I don't know, yeah, defenseless, and like just brainwashed, sort of, just kind of like a zombie. And they lead him to this other shitty cabin. And the chick that put the pube in the fucking pie that has a crush on Christian is just waiting for him naked with
a bunch of supervisors apparently.
Yeah, other supervisors, women, naked also, ages from fucking, I don't know, 30 to 70.
Right. Well, one of them was about ready to jump off a cliff.
Yeah. I think that's why she was pushing him when he was thrusting. I think that's why she was pushing him, because she's like, this is going to be my last sex I've ever seen.
Right.
So
yeah, or like the part of the ritual, which is like supposed to be to complete the circle. So maybe her jumping off the cliff shortly after this is actually she's going to be the one that's birthed from that fucking.
Oh, yeah, because she's the oldest. Yeah.
Right.
So
He's
they
like, hurry.
Yeah. So they lead Christian to the room to have sex with Maya, was it?
Yeah, Maya.
Maya, very un-Swedish. They lead Christian into the room to have sex with Maya, and yeah, it's weird. There was like a lot of weird.
Think about
shots.
being that the dude that plays Christian. Think about being him during that scene. And the lady's got to come behind you and grab your ass and make you thrust harder. Like,
Yeah.
It's like filming that scene would have been so fucking weird.
Dude, 15 years from now, like, there's gonna be like alleged reports about how creepy Ari Aster is, and
Yeah,
we're just gonna be
right.
like, all right, kind of, okay. Yeah. So he's having sex with Maya to make a child. If you guys don't know how sex works,
We can go into it
yeah,
if you
better.
need.
Yeah. And then all the women start singing really loud. Like, one comes over to like, what's that word, to like basically make Maya like feel better.
Console?
Console her. Yeah, that's a consoler, and she starts singing. I was like, she's got some chops, but at the same time, this is just all too much and kind of too weird.
Right.
And dude looks up and just starts, I don't know, I guess that's his kink.
Right.
Because when she started singing to him, he was just like,
He was like, you know what? Yeah.
he's like, yeah, all right, now fucking twist my ear. You spit in my mouth.
I know. She was like, she definitely like set the mood, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready for it until then, at least. And then it pretty much clips to fucking Danny hearing this shit go down as she's back from her fucking queen fucking, I don't know, what parade fucking, I don't know what the fuck that was. Ritual, burying the meat ritual.
Yeah, bearing the meat, and she finds Christian bearing his meat
she
into
looks through the keyhole
Yeah.
and finds his pubes in her pie.
Yeah. The thing is that they didn't even like, when she got back from the harvest thing, she didn't hear like moaning or anything because there was none of that. Chump. But
She heard
the women singing,
yeah.
and she was like, they're having sex. I was like, whoa, what?
I know, it's
Is
like
this-
you're jumping to conclusions here, lady. Like, you, every other ritual that was going on you weren't interested in.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you got some hunch about this one.
Yeah. And she just looks through the keyhole, and the women are all singing, and she sees that, he's,
Plowing her.
yeah, just.
He finally gets going at that point too. I mean,
That shit was looking kind of.
I know, but she was a given.
Yeah.
Like, she was helping.
Dude, yeah,
I just wanted to say though,
he was awkwardly thrusting his hips and.
is plowing her as well as you could with fucking,
I mean,
11 fucking old women looking at you while you do it. He's like, I don't know, dude.
Hey. I know. Yeah, but he was thrusting into her, and Maya in Swedish was like, she was like, finish already. So it even like helps even more. Oh, I thought you were about to show me something.
Well, kind of. There's people are actually talking in the chat. They're just not showing up there for some reason.
He goes, or no, Maya, it goes, like, what'd she say, finish?
Yeah, she's like, finish.
Yeah. And I was just like,
Dude,
fucking
A,
dude.
dude. Every time.
Like, just get out of there, bro. You're fucking embarrassing yourself enough. You fucking knock off Christopher Pratt looking motherfucker.
I was thinking that through the whole movie.
I was
really
too.
wish
Yeah.
they had Chris Pratt.
Like, damn it. He doesn't want to do this movie for some reason. He's doing
Really?
Jurassic Park 7. Fuck Chris Pratt too, dude.
Man, it's crazy how he turned into like a huge movie star now.
He was a sloppy
Pratt.
fat mess.
Right.
And what movie or show was that? It was
Fuck.
Parks and Recs?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah. He was like a fat mess. And then dude got like
What was the
in shape.
movie after that? Did he get Jurassic Park first or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Dude, he was in that shitty fucking movie with Vince Vaughn as like a supporting actor, a shitty comedy where Vince Vaughn like had like 200 fucking orphans.
Oh,
He just
God.
he just donated his sperm so much, and then when all these kids turned 18,
They found him.
yeah,
I
Then
think I
Guardians
remember
of the
that
Galaxy.
movie, but I want to just. Yeah, I don't know. I never actually saw that movie, but I feel like I remember that. That's what I'm saying.
you know why I hate Vince Vaughn and Christopher Pratt?
You know who I thought you said, dude, is Vince dude from fucking Fast and Furious. What's his name?
Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel. I don't
Vincent
know why I
Diesel?
said
Is that his
Vin
first
Diesel.
name? Vincent Diesel?
Is his name Vincent?
It's probably like, I don't know, maybe. Like, that's funny. Like, Diesel is actually his last name.
Right.
It's actually Vincent, not Vin.
Right.
But, dude, no joke. Fucking, the reason why I hate, well, there's other reasons. But that movie I went and saw at the movie theater, Christopher Pratt and, I almost said
Did you
Vincent
go there on
Diesel.
a date?
I did.
All right.
Because, like,
Fair enough.
they wanted, I wish I didn't take this girl to this was, I don't know when that movie came out, maybe 7 years ago. But, I wish I didn't because I think that was the last time we talked.
That movie.
No
ruined
shit,
it.
dude. No shit.
It's hilarious.
And it sucked because it was like, couldn't find any good movies. So I was like, Vince Vaughn is funny.
So she was like,
Yeah, okay. And I was like, the fucking fat dude from Parks and Rec's in it. She's like, oh, I actually really like that show. I'm like, dope.
you're like,
And
cool.
we get there and like halfway through, I'm like, kind of like, I gotta use the bathroom.
And she's like, I can't believe this loser brought me this movie.
Halfway through the movie, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. She's like, yeah, cool. And I'm just on my phone like, hey, so what are you doing next week? Because I know she's just gonna be like, what a fucking loser taking me to this loser film. Fucking loser. Do you think you're really gonna get me in the mood? Because this dude fucking donated his sperm? I had to do this.
I was thinking of that movie, The Pacifier, with
Vincent Diesel?
where he's like, does he like have a kid or something, or he's like gotta watch a kid? And there's like a duck. I don't know. They're all terrible movies. Let's get back to the good movies.
Yeah, so he fucking blows his load in Maya, his Bisquick.
And then quickly comes to the realization that he fucked up.
He's like, oh man, now I'm gonna have a kid.
It just runs off naked.
Yeah, runs out of the fucking fuck barn naked. And then he
Dude,
ran into,
homegirl instantly goes to the pregnant moves where you're trying to get pregnant. She like lifts her legs up and starts rocking and shit.
yeah, she's like, I
I
feel the
can
baby.
feel the baby.
She's like, I can feel the baby.
Like, you're fucking crazy, lady.
I will, if it's a boy, I will name him Tomas. Yeah, and then fucking Danny's like being comforted by her fellow, I don't know, her servants at this point, because she's like the midsummer queen because she won the dance off. She's like so sad and heartbroken, and she's just in the fucking La Casa barn.
She starts
crying hysterically. Like,
Yeah.
I would be super upset and sad, you know, something like that. And I can only imagine for her because of the events she just went through. But Jesus
right.
Christ, like, she started crying hysterically, and then, like, you know, I admire that girl power. Like
They
your
all
girl,
stuck
your
together.
girl, yeah, they all stuck. Because if any of us dudes would try doing that, like, fucking my girlfriend cheated on me, bro, and you start crying,
It's like,
your bro would be like, all right, man, like that's
come on,
terrible,
dude.
but like,
not in
and
front of
he's
me,
just
dude.
like, you're just crying. You're like, bro, cry with me. Like, no,
Right.
I'm sad about other things in life. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, I'm sorry for you, dude, but that's it.
Yeah,
We're
but
not about to cry together like this.
but that's what I admire about the strength and friendship that women have. The bond is that they all started crying with
Yeah.
her. They weren't like, oh, there's other fish in the sea, and you know, whatever. He had a small dick. He was a ginger. They were like, no, ladies, let's cry with them. And they all started crying hysterically, and they were looking. Danny picks her head up and realizes that they're crying. They're crying with her, and she can't stop crying. But she keeps crying.
And she finally feels the weight of what's going on, so she starts really letting it out, like screaming,
Mhm.
and then they start screaming, and then it's
Mhm.
like, fuck,
Yeah.
when's this gonna end?
Yeah, like things dudes can do that I feel like girls don't do is like buds and shit can be like, if a dude, like, if your best bud's like morbidly obese or fat or whatever, you can be like, yo, you fat fuck, joke around,
Right.
everything's cool. But like, I feel like chicks won't do that. But the whole thing that chicks can do that dudes don't do is exactly that, like hysterically
The
crying.
opposite, right?
Yeah, like dudes aren't gonna do that. So fucking girl power.
Right. Good for you for being in touch with your emotions and able to convey them and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you wanna, like, it's really easy to like sleep with dudes. I feel like
It could be. I mean,
don't put your fucking period blood in their drink.
Right.
There's other ways to, like, you know, talk to them.
Apparently not, though. It worked.
It did work.
You just give them the fucking
Yeah.
the
And then-
fucking lemonade, the oregano lemonade,
yeah, fucking
and then he's good to go.
give him your period blood in their cocktail, and then like a little bit later have your wing girl give them the oregano lemonade, and fucking
Wing
teamwork.
girl.
A lot of teamwork. Wing girl. I don't know what sister, but yeah. So she's just kind of like whatever. I feel like after that she was like whatever.
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah. She's
like she looked up. She probably saw her mirror, was like wiping the tears, and saw that beautiful luscious crown of flowers, and was like,
I'm so pretty.
she's like, you know what? It's summer. I don't need him.
Break up with him anyways.
After 4 years. Like, whatever.
I feel like the movie really wanted to paint the boyfriend like a really bad boyfriend, but like I do not see it like that at all, to be honest. Like I really don't. I don't see it like that. So what? He said 3.5 years when it was really 4 years that you guys have been together. Who doesn't make that fucking mistake? Is that a reason to burn him to death alive while he's paralyzed?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, when he went into the dirty chicken coop and found the, I don't know, fucking part-time suicide hotline talker.
Next thing I know, I was in Debo's chicken coop, sweating like a slave.
Yeah, he goes in the chicken coop butt naked and finds that dude dead. And then...
He finds him dead. Well, not even dead.
Yeah.
He finds him hung up with, like, his back splayed open and his lungs pulled out from behind and, like, hanging. And you can still see that the lungs are still taking in air. So the dude's still alive. And then this dude's, like, tripping out right now. Currently, he's naked, tripping out in a chicken coop, having just basically been raped, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so what does he do? He fucking goes underneath the guy who's hanging there and looks him in the eyes. Dude, like, that's the worst thing you can do in that situation, dude.
Yeah, and then he turns around and very rude. Guy blows fucking dirt in his eye.
Right.
Whatever that was.
I know, it was like that scene from Bloodsport, dude. He's like,
It's like, ah. That background song in that scene, that's so epic.
He's like catching the fish and shit.
Beow, beow. It's just a montage. Beow, beow. And he just catches his punch. It was a kick. He was gonna.
This is for you, Shidoshi.
Dude, real quick in Bloodsport, where he gets the shit blown into his eyes,
Yeah.
and then he like calms down, and he's trying to see, and then he has like the montage of training,
Yeah.
and then when homeboy goes to hit him,
Just like catches his hand.
it was a kick.
Oh yeah. So like
Yeah.
It would have just.
Dude, I've seen that movie. I've seen Bloodsport probably like 15 to 20 times, and I never realized, like, what if he didn't catch that?
Yeah, he's just over.
The guy that what was the bad guy's name?
Chung Lee
Yeah, was it?
in the movie. It was.
Yeah. Oh, that was super stereotypical. Chung Lee, I guess.
Follow for follow, maybe, dude. I don't know. Follow and we'll find out. Oh, I guess you probably already did, honestly.
He will.
Anyways, we're talking about movies here. If you want to join, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, so Chung Lee tries to capitalize on JCVD being blinded, and JCVD catches his kick, but just think if he didn't catch that kick, Chung Lee is like 5'8", like 225, just jacked, given he's all chest.
You see what he
But
did
he's
to the
got
bricks.
technique, yeah. What if he kicked him in the face?
Oh yeah, thanks for the follow, dude. I'll definitely follow you after I get done with this. I'm not at the computer right this second.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I never even thought about that.
Right. Yeah, and he's like ripped, and yeah, there's no way he would have caught that for one.
He has beautiful technique,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah, no, he's not some slump. He didn't get there.
He's rotating his hips fully
Right.
and just putting all his weight on his front leg. But yeah, holy shit. He caught that too. Like,
Right.
didn't even fucking like
Didn't.
was no he was just like like he like put a little bit of shoulder of the Brussels
It was almost
muscles
like they
into it.
literally filmed it in slow motion like it is or whatever. It's like they were like, no, kick slower. So I don't
They fucking had to do that take like 47 times. And then at the movie premiere in like that China theater in LA, Jean-Claude with his two-tone sunglasses on at night gets interviewed real quick on the red carpet. And they're like, everybody's talking about that one scene where you caught that kick. And he's like, we did that in one take. It was amazing. Everybody was happy, throwing their drinks in the air, and everybody was very happy. It was great. They're like, really, one take? He's like, yeah, just don't ask anybody else about it.
All right.
They were all tired. I was wide awake.
He's like, very good, but brick don't hit back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jean-Claude Van Damme wasn't in Midsummer.
That would have been dope, dude. If he was in Midsummer, he's the guy.
They're about to, like, the old person's about to jump. He's like, don't worry, I'll fucking catch him.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
just runs and like does the splits and catches him.
He just catches the lady, and then in the background, or then the dude jumps. He's just like, ugh, and then just punches the stone, punches the stone that they were gonna hit and land.
He
He's
just
like,
cracks it in half.
I'm going to kick their ass. Whoever told them they had to jump. Everybody's just like,
You can imagine him coming to his senses in the scene where basically he gets raped, where like he's just like realizes what's going on as Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he just fucking starts beating the shit out of all those naked old ladies.
I feel like what would have been funnier than that, or equally as funny, is that if JCVD was just into it.
Yeah.
Like at first he's just like all awkward, like how Christopher Pratt was, and he's just like all awkward. He's like, oh, okay, but Jean-Claude Van Damme, like after a few pumps, he's just like, he just hears something. He's like, and it's that song when he was dancing drunk.
I was just gonna say, dude, he ends up hitting it like he does when he's fucking dancing, when he does the splits and like bounces. He's just hitting it like that, dude. Like splitting over top of her and like, like
and the women are still dancing and that song's playing in the background, and he just looks up and like winks at one of them. Everybody.
He's like, you're next.
He's like, okay, ladies. I mean, if JCVD was that character and he was doing that, and his girlfriend like looked in the people and saw that and she started being hysterical, 100% can fucking agree with why she would be hysterical. I'd be like, oh girl, I'm sorry, like Jean-Claude, he's gonna fucking, there's gonna be little JCVDs in 9 months running around this little shithole farm.
For real.
Just fucking kicking shit stuff.
For real, dude.
Practicing fucking roundhouse kicks on a scarecrow that they built.
He's just like, he just kicks the, what was it, Mayflower fucking pole, the thing they dance around, the ritual. He just kicks it till it breaks, like he does the bamboo trees in Kickboxer.
He's like this. His shin's all bleeding and shit. I remember, I don't want to sidetrack from fucking too much from this film, but I have one video of Jean-Claude dancing with that chick, and he totally got a boner.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like,
it was like on some like, I want to say, was it some like,
was it a trainee?
I wasn't even gonna go there. I was just gonna ask about where that was taking place, because it was like, I want to say like an Asian like
Thailand
talk show or some shit or something like that. Like,
yeah, that's why I said trainee Thailand. And he's just fucking, he's like, oh whatever, this is me. This is little JCVD. He's like, fuck it, you know. I'm surprised I can still get one of these with all the cocaine I do.
For real.
Real quick.
Hold on, was it him that got beat up by the fucking Green Ranger?
I don't know if he got beat up.
He's like, I don't want to believe. I don't believe it.
I wasn't there. I've never seen any videos.
Like, I'll tell you what, I've seen Jean-Claude kill multiple people. I've only seen the Green Ranger knock out some putties. So, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows? All you got to do is hit those things in the chest, too.
Fucking let's, you know.
Terrible design if you're going to make your foot soldiers just easily killed by getting punched in the fucking chest.
Yeah. I mean, I think he got punked for sure. I don't know if he got beat up, but.
I mean, might as well at that point. Yeah, I would at least try to get beat up instead of getting punked out at that point. At least be like, yo, you're going to have to actually beat me up if this is how it's going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jean-Claude was probably like, he's very young.
Right.
He's in a different weight class.
Yeah.
It's just unfair for me to fight somebody so larger. Real quick, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the film JCVD is dope and you should check it out.
Is it like a documentary about him?
It's like a bio about him. Like it's not fact, but like he plays himself.
All right.
Like recovering like sober coke addict and shit, and trying to get custody of his daughter, and he just goes to a bank and stuff, and there's a robbery, and it's just like, it's a movie, but like he's himself in it. Like it's actually good, and he does a really good monologue in it, talking about his life. Like,
I'll watch it.
Yeah, for sure, check it out. Anyways, so they do the lottery at the Midsummer Festival. Apparently they were doing that. They do the lottery, and they have set how many. They got to sacrifice 9 more people because the festival was 9 days. So they're gonna sacrifice 9 people, and like, what was it, like 6 of them
like
were
an
already
awfully
picked?
high number for such a small fucking group of people, though. Don't
There's
you
only
think?
20 of you.
Right.
If I was there, I'd be like, ah, fuck.
9, really?
Like looking around,
Can we
like
make this festival like 4 days long?
yeah, like looking around, like oh, they're gonna pick 9 of us. There's 20 here. Like, can we get all those kids here
Right.
too?
Right, and the yeah.
How
There's
come
a
there's-
lot of balls in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking yeah.
There's a lot of fucking little fucking lottery balls in there, and they're just rotating and shit. And I don't know, one came out, and to even like how you said earlier, like you felt like each like scene or stuff was dragged out. It had to go down the like roll
Right.
thing. I'm like, just fucking
I
put
know.
your hand in there, pick out the goddamn ball.
I know it's not some novelty gumball machine.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
So they pick one guy, and then they're like, him or Christian,
Yeah.
and they let the new queen pick Danny, and you don't get to see who she picks, but they start filling up this like sacred house, the sacrifice house cabin, whatever, where they're just gonna set it on fire, and she picked homeboy
Right.
Christian.
It's
Little
like, dude,
extreme.
Right. It's like,
You know
dude,
what's been going on. You didn't even let him explain.
You know, you didn't even ask him one question. Like, maybe if you saw that he was literally incapable of answering questions, maybe you might see that something's up here. Like, you know,
Talk about that. Murdered and raped in the same day.
for real.
At least he
Burnt
got-
alive, too. And,
yeah.
like, he could feel that shit. He just couldn't scream.
Yeah,
It's
they-
just fucked up, dude.
Yeah, they
Like,
like stabbed him with some drug, and he was just like couldn't talk or move. But
I like how they just did that strictly for the audience. Like, yeah, you can't speak or move. And he, like, if I was him, like, yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've been trying since I opened my fucking eyes. What do you mean?
yeah, so they put him in a sweet bear suit. At least they gave him that like
Right.
dignity.
Right.
Go out as a bear. They put him in a sweet bear suit. Everybody that was already killed or sacrificed, they threw in there with like branches coming out of their mouth for some reason.
Yeah, they made like dummies out of them.
Yeah, stuffed them with fucking hay. I would assume maybe some leaves.
Right.
And then, yeah, they set it on fire, and they're just all burning. There was a few being burned alive. The dead.
2 of them were.
Yeah, 2 of them were already dead or already alive. They started screaming, understandably so.
And it's like, if those people just died, can you really just say yes? Like, you know what I mean? If you killed them outside of that ritual, can you really say they're the sacrifice for the ritual? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know the logistics on this. I'd have to get me one of those books that they can do with
Yeah.
taking pictures of, but
Yeah, get a copy of that. See if it's on Amazon.
yeah.
So they set it on fire, and everybody in the cult's screaming like they just realized what they did, but they're not because they're fucking psychos.
It's almost like they're just like, if we scream loud enough, we won't hear it. We'll cover it up.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're happy. They're happy. Screams of joy.
And then they pan into Danny's face, who's now not only wearing a beautiful, luscious flower crown, she's like a big bush of flowers.
Yeah, she's literally like a fucking big bush of flowers. She looked like Grimace if Grimace was made of flowers.
Yeah. And she just had like a dead face expression on, just kind of like watching it go down. And then slowly just started to smile, like hard as shit, like super happy.
Right.
And that was the movie.
The only thing I could think of of why that went down like that is the foreshadowing of that scene where the dude that brings him there tells her about his parents, and that the reason he wasn't able to feel lonely is because he had this cult of people that made him feel like a family.
Yeah.
And then it seems like that's her just accepting that kind of thing at the end of it. But it's like, I don't know.
So she's
Crazy as hell.
she's them now, huh?
Right.
Like she's
I had the thought of like somehow the guy who brought them there. Do you know that guy's name?
fucking not Sven.
Right, Sven. We'll just call him
Sven.
When
Jesus.
The only thing I could think of is that like Sven fucking had some way of setting all that shit up with her sister, but no, I don't know. Seems a little far fetched, really. But,
Yeah.
But so it seems that way in the cult stuff within Hereditary too, though. Like the amount of stuff that went down that the fucking cult set up, like the kid getting her head cut off, and everything. Like they set that up pretty much. Like even though it's so practical, the amount of things that could happen,
Yeah,
that could
like
make that not happen, or it's like uncountable. But somehow movie magic.
Yeah, because if it's like in Hereditary, it's like the kid getting her head cut off by that pole, and the cult set it up. It's like, well, the cult baked that fucking cake with nuts in it to make her have an allergic reaction, and then her brother rushed.
Right. I mean, yeah. How far does it go? Really?
Who threw the party? The cult.
Right. I think it was like. Right. Yeah. How far back does it really go?
Yeah.
But I think it's just they put that dead deer in the fucking road.
Yeah, it was like one of the like newbie cult members.
Right.
Was like, all right, let me just do this. We'll throw a fucking deer in the road. And they're like, dude, what? What are the odds that they're going to be coming down that road?
That worked.
Like, Tim. Oh, it was fucking awesome. How'd you know that? He's like, oh, I don't know.
Right. Maybe I'm chosen.
Let me be the great, I forgot his name.
Right. Fucking King Solomon or some shit. King fucking something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some kind of king.
Lucifer number 6.
Right. Some asshole.
But overall, really liked how it felt like the beginning of the movie, and just the events of her parents and her sister felt like, oh, this is for sure like the Hereditary kind of like tragic events pretty quick. Because when that girl died in Hereditary, I was like, dope. It was like, we're 20 minutes in, like bang bang.
All right. I'm like, with Hereditary, it seemed more like it seemed more set up to make you to be a surprise than this one. This one was kind of just like setting up tragedy, but the other one was kind of like, here, let's set up a movie and then throw tragedy into the mix. Like,
yeah. I don't know. So overall, what'd you really think?
I'll say I'm gonna have to give it a few more actual watches again to look for more the finer details. But all in all, I don't think it was as good as Hereditary, but I think it was visually cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. There wasn't that much creepiness to it.
No.
Really, just the one scene where Josh gets fucking his head bashed in while he's trying to take photos is really the only really creepy scene. And there was like that, they threw that one thing in there where she goes into the bathroom and you just see a little girl behind her in the mirror.
Oh, yeah,
like,
real
that
quick.
Was random as shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I almost want to be like, play that back.
Right.
We were sitting last row, so the film projector was up there and be like, yo.
Right. Rewind.
Spin that shit back. Yeah, I want to watch it a couple more times, but off rip.
I feel like if the ending is like supposed to be what it looks like off like first viewing or whatever, where it's kind of like, oh, she caught him cheating, so like she gave him what he deserved or whatever. Like that's like, I don't know. If
that's so like,
right. That's like
fucking bland of like a perception for people to be like, oh,
right,
like shitty boyfriend, then wasn't gonna take her to the trip in Sweden.
Right. It's like, dude,
forgot her birthday, That fucking Sven was just planting seeds like, I drew this picture of you for your birthday.
If he was a shitty boyfriend, he fucking flat out wouldn't have got up out of that table when they were all chilling. What was that, a bar that they were at?
It's like a bar,
like,
pizza parlor or some shit.
There's no way if he was like as bad as a boyfriend as like the end of the movie made me want to think or whatever, then like he wouldn't have just ignored the fucking shit out of her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so many other ways.
Something that just came to my mind is that before she was told that, so basically before it was known that what happened to her sister and her parents, it was an unknown caller calling.
Yeah.
Is that the person that told him? Because I mean, I've never had that phone call, thank God, but like, wouldn't it be like a hospital?
Wait, right, that called
Danny.
Right. Yeah, it's like.
So are they implying it was culty?
Right. Maybe that's what it is.
It was probably fucking Sven.
Right.
He's like, hey, your parents are dead.
Right.
And your sister. He's like, is this Sven? Like, no.
No.
Are you at a bar? I gotta go. I drew you a picture. I don't know. That just came to my mind that it was an unknown caller. That
I think that's what they're really trying to do, set it up like that. which is cooler to me, but it's also still like, all right, you did that last time.
Yeah, that's what the cult setting it up to lead to
Right.
the events. Huh. Yeah, I mean,
It really felt like it was like, I don't know, man. I don't normally say this about like movies that like I don't know that are like this, but like slow burns, I should say.
yeah.
But like, it really just kind of felt like just kind of like not that good. Like the ending, like I don't know,
Yeah, it
not
wasn't.
wrapped up as well.
It wasn't that good. I mean, after first take and just whatever, just seeing it I didn't feel like it was that good. I loved like I said, the first half how it was going, and then it just kind of
Right. It kind of like plateaued. Really, it didn't like go down necessarily, but it didn't go up. It was
Yeah.
kind of like here. There's like like a wave of cult that just kept going until the end.
like there wasn't a lot of like dialogue between people in the second half. You know, when
Yeah.
like they were dancing or they
Right.
like dance off or whatever, the women, and then there was just like a couple things being said like, oh, you've been chosen to mate with Maya.
Right.
And he's just sitting there like,
He's okay.
oh, Jurassic Park coming out. But yeah. So I don't know. Whenever it pops up on the fucking video on demand, I'll probably check it out again.
Yeah.
But
Maybe there'll be a director's cut.
yeah.
But I feel like that is the director's cut because like normally movies make you cut out a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, not saying that Hereditary was like gory or violent, but just seeing that, like, kind of knowing the premise of it being like a cult film and shit, and not teenagers, fucking, young adults and shit, whatever, going to the cult festival.
Were you saying you're just kind of expecting
I was hoping
more?
there's, yeah,
Right, yeah.
like when they got there, I was kind of like, I saw that giant cross, and I saw that girl, Maya, getting ready when we first met Maya.
Yeah.
She's all breathing hard, and they're all
Right.
singing. I'm like, all right, they're gonna fucking like burn her alive or some shit,
Right.
and really stamp in
Right.
what's going on. But they chose the two old people to
Murder themselves.
because they're old, and
Which was brutal. That was actually really cool looking.
yeah, it was kind of funny because like when Sven was explaining what young kids do around the farm, and then what like 25 to 45-year-olds do, and then what 45 to like 72-year-olds do, and Danny was like, well, what happens when you're 72? Yeah, Sven was like, and then like 10 minutes later, the two old people were like,
Right. I knew right from off rip when they started walking from that yellow house, the house what they used to sacrifice everybody in at the
Yeah.
end. I knew that they were gonna end up dying at the end of that whole scene. I
Mhm.
knew like some way. And then when I saw them like the cliff, they showed the cliff. I was like, they're jumping off.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like, yeah, they're gonna jump off that thing. Sure enough,
so yeah,
one of them knew how to do it at least.
yeah, really, fuck, man, you guys are old. You haven't seen that shit happen
Right.
before. But
Yeah, I know, right? There's had to have been somebody that didn't make it before.
I wonder how many people like killed themselves at that farm just because they knew they couldn't escape. They're like, and then when they find their body, they're just like, yeah. It's like, oh, he did it at the wrong age, but yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
That was fucking midsummer.
yeah. What's the time at?
We're at like an hour or something like that. Hour and 13. We got
Oh.
like 45 minutes to talk
Okay.
about some random bullshit.
Yeah. All right. Some random bullshit since the 2 weeks that we last went on. What's anything really new going on? Funny?
No, not really. It's fucking literally I'm almost about ready to release that EP. That's the only thing new.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like literally, like I got the masters.
For real?
I sent one back to the dude who's doing it.
Yeah.
He forgot. Like fucking sent each fucking individual drum as their own track so he could mix them properly and stuff.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like the toms didn't show up in one of the mixes. Turned out it was actually my fault, but I don't know. So basically, it's basically done. He just got to put toms into one of the songs, like fucking drum toms, you know.
Yeah.
They're just not in the mix for some reason. So all the fills are like, bitch.
Fucking yeah, man. I just said fucking reactivated the book.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg probably fucking as soon as I reactivated, he probably
He's
just
like, yep,
woke
knew it.
up. He probably was sleeping in his mansion in Seattle and was just like, yes, they always come back. Sure enough, man. Fucking random bullshit.
It's crazy, like, if you leave social media for a couple weeks and then come back and see what everybody's talking about, it's just a new thing that doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't matter, but what everyone's talking about, like, currently, like, Ariel being cast as a black woman. Who gives a fuck, dude?
What is that? Yeah, I felt like I fucking when I got back on the book, and I saw like a bunch of people like posting shit and posting memes of it. Like I felt like I fucking was off the grid in like Slovenia or some shit, and I came back and I was like, "What's going on over here?
That's what I'm saying.
What
dude.
is that?
Weird. Dude.
People are upset that she's black. What
I
was
guess
it?
so. Yeah, I don't know.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she's a cartoon.
Some people were like she's not really a mermaid, and I saw somebody like post something like that. Like I don't know if it was them saying it, but they're basically sharing that they think like she's not a mermaid.
Right.
And I was like, it's a fucking kids movie.
Right.
It's a fucking kids movie, dude. You seriously saw this fucking piece of shit meme, and you were like, oh, I gotta share this, man. I just gotta get this out there.
Right.
We've been lied to for years. What? It's a kids movie, man.
That's how I feel. It's like, dude, I know like the reason is because like a lot of like people our age and stuff grew up on those movies when they were released as a kid, you know? So like for some reason it resonates with them, so they feel like I don't know, it's just something they're stoked for. Like, no, live action Disney movies. Oh my god. Even though it's trash, but I guess people like what they like, so I don't know. But it's like, I don't know, like that's probably why, but I still don't see a reason to be like actually upset. Like, dude, it's a fucking mermaid. A mermaid, man. What does it matter?
So that people our age, because that movie was, you know.
Yeah, I was talking about Whippy Tom.
Upset about that she's not really a mermaid. Because in the live action movie, like they're coming out with a Little Mermaid live action movie.
Yeah, that's what
they're gonna do it underwater. Or is she gonna be like a new girl in the city or something?
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know. It might be a new cartoon movie that they're bitching about, but I think it's because like they're talking about the live action films, because they're basically remaking all those Disney movies into live action films. They've done like a bunch of them already, but
okay. So like, well, how come nobody's upset that like it's not a Disney movie, but how come nobody's upset that, you know, off rip Woody from Toy Story isn't Southern or a cowboy,
right,
or talks like, you know,
right.
Howdy, partner.
I think it's because the toy is white and Tom Hanks is white. So people care about that sort of thing, I guess. Yeah. I think it literally comes from the outcry from like whitewashing in Hollywood with like, I don't know, different cultures, like stories that get adapted in Hollywood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people complain about whitewashing, like a story like I don't know, like Ghost in the Shell. It's like a fucking anime Japanese fucking science fiction story. But in the Hollywood live action version, they had Scarlett Johansson play her. People like bitch about that kind of thing because like you could just cast an Asian person to do it.
Right.
But it's like there's no reason for white people to be upset. Like white people got a lot of roles, you know?
It's kind of like
you're taking away my cartoon roles now? Like I don't get it.
It's kind of like the fucking Spanish community, like Colombia and stuff, are kind of upset because they got a Portuguese guy to play Pablo Escobar in the Netflix series.
Right. They're just like,
I don't think it was that major on that level,
right,
but there was like controversy because like he's Portuguese, different language obviously than Spanish, so he, you know, could speak Spanish, but just I guess the way he was.
People bitch about his voice. They don't really bitch about him, you know, like how he acts, but they bitch about because of the way he speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
That's what they bitch about. So it's like, all right.
Okay.
Cool.
You're bitching about a fucking murderer drug lord.
Right. Right.
Like, hey, if you give the man some respect.
Right.
If anybody's seen my Pablo Escobar Halloween costume last year, I probably could have played Pablo.
Right. You could have, dude.
That mustache, that shit was hilarious. You're like, send me a picture of that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you what, but like I read that, I was like, okay.
It's because I can't remember what happened, but
It was after a podcast, I think.
I think like we saw a picture of Pablo Escobar, like me and Devin were chilling, and he was like, I looked kind of like Kenan. And I was like, oh, dude. I was like,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, check this out, dude. And have you send me the picture.
It's so good.
He was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I look exactly like Pablo in that picture. I spent like when I bought that wig, had somebody fucking kind of fix it up a little bit, and then I just like went in the bathroom, put it on, and mind you, like I brought the shirt and jeans that I bought from the thrift store.
Yeah.
I took them to the bathroom because I was gonna try everything and show them.
Right.
So I fucking, I got down to my underwear in my bathroom at my apartment, and I put the wig on. And mind you, I had the mustache homegrown. It wasn't some novelty mustache. Put the wig on, and I'm just like pressing the side down, just like his. And then I'm looking at my phone at a picture of him, and I'm like fixing it. And then I'm like, time to put the pants and the shirt on. It's like this banana looking fucking polo shirt. Got second place. I think I tied for second.
Who got first?
First was a tie with Ryan and Liz at work. Ryan was the fucking Johnny Depp pirate, and Liz was Wednesday. They were like good, but I mean,
I feel like your ex definitely was a better Wednesday than Liz.
yeah, she had the hand.
Right. Right.
I think
That's like a big fucking part of the
Yeah.
outfit. Like it really ties
The
it
hand,
together.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man, I fucking had the mustache and shit. I mean, I got money, so fuck it.
Yeah.
I
I don't know, man. I feel like you got robbed. I feel like you should bring it up. No,
This
just like make a big
just
deal.
wait what's in store for this Halloween.
By the way, Tom, I'm probably gonna end up waiting until I can record in a good studio for the actual drums for that shit. I'll probably end up just retracking everything when I do that. Like I'm looking at this thing like a demo, so I wouldn't be too concerned.
Also, I guess that's been up since the last time we were on. Reactivating the Facebook, seeing the Little Mermaid bullshit. Not that like I'm just trying to bring this up, but it kind of deals with Facebook. Is that I got a new tattoo on my arm, and then like I kind of been seeing a few different people just straight up like who knows of good tattoo artists, but wait, there's more that has their books open, their availability.
It's like, dude, that's an oxymoron.
Like
You can't be like, hey, I'm looking for a really good artist that can do me a tattoo right now.
yeah, the thing is that the style of tattoos I have is the American traditional, pre-post World War II tattoos that really blew up. Like that style is big, so there's a lot of like waves of like interns and shit that are doing art, and they do work at shops, and a lot of them are now branching out into a lot of shops. So one of them happens to be like an old friend from back in the day, and he conveniently works in downtown Plymouth. Ben Petey at Red Anchor, check him out. And I remember seeing his shit, and I was like, oh fuck, I was interested in getting a tattoo. I talked to him. I was like, well, what do your books look like? He's like, I fucking got time this week.
Right.
I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. And like, I'm like, okay, well, we'll plan something for this Wednesday. It happened. Love the fucking work. Love how he
It looks good.
did everything. Yeah. That's the style I like. It's American traditional, But the thing is that I was like looking at his stuff. I'm like, you start at the beginning of his page and you see it progressively get a lot better, a lot better, a lot better. And I was just kind of like, how the fuck does he like have open books and shit? I mean, like he's not like any free day. Like some days he's booked, and then another day he's got like one or two things, consultations he's doing.
Right.
But he's like, yeah, man, just come in, let me know when you're on your way and whatever. But yeah, a lot of people were like, not a lot, but like the people I saw on Facebook, like who knows somebody that has open books that's really good. And it's like made me think like John Larson, who did all but like 2 of the tattoos I have, like 9 of them he did. Like homie's booked for the rest of the year.
Right.
And he grinds like 5-6 days. Even last time I got a tattoo by him, he's like, yeah, he's like, I don't know, maybe I'm overdoing it.
Right.
But really, he's doing it because, like, people want to get in, work gets good, and he's booked for the rest of the year. And, like, dude, you're not going to, like, unless you know somebody, like, I got kind of lucky. Now I got, like, a customer, tattooer relationship now. It's a friend. Like, I'm not using that, but it's like I kind of, like, know somebody.
Right.
Like, you got that, but, dude, if you got, like, 1 or 2 tattoos and shit, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get, like, a fucking giant back piece and shit today.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that. Nobody good, at least.
Right.
Just there's no way. And honestly, again, like, if somebody's booked 2-3 months and they're, like, good, that's even better because you just put your, like, $50 deposit down, and then you ain't got to worry about, like, you got 2-3 months to get that money instead of just showing up, like, here.
Right.
And
For
then
real, though.
getting shitty work done. I mean, unless you want shitty work. And all those suggestions and on people's shit, I go to that person they tag, and, like, 80% of them is just like,
yeah, dude.
hey, man, if you like that style, whatever that style's called, because, like I said, I like the traditional work, the American traditional shit, but, like,
I don't know, man. If you kind of...
I'm not dogging on art or anything, but,
right.
like...
No, I know what you're saying, dude.
Yeah.
Most of them are fucking trash.
Yeah, dude.
If you gotta, like, I don't know. If, like, you're gonna have it on your body for the rest of your life, so why, you know what I mean?
Just
Why
jump,
you need
like,
it this
now.
week? Like,
Now. I don't know. And then it is some people, they got, like, 1 or 2, and then the whole healing process. Like, I got asked questions by coworkers that don't have tattoos and shit, or 1 or 2, and, like, did it hurt? Like, no. None that I have hurt, besides, like, the Reaper and the elbow ditch. That
Right.
shit hurt.
right.
It's just the nerves and just awkward. But it's just annoying. Honestly, tattoos, like, the first 2-3 days, that shit's just fucking
It's
annoying.
irritating on your skin.
It's just, like, first day, you got that arm, the shit over it, the patch, and it's kind of, like, annoying. Especially when it's at the elbow, you're trying to move
Right.
and shit. And it's a fucking open wound the tattoo's basically an open wound for, like, a day and a half.
Right.
And then, I don't know, man, a lot of people, they fucking don't know how to, like, care for their tattoos. And then a few months later, like, fucking dude that did it sucked.
Right.
No, dude, you just put like 3 ounces of fucking Aquaphor on it. You, like, less is more. You just globbing, like, fucking strawberry lotion on it.
Smells good.
Yeah, or they get it on a vacation,
Right.
like a summer vacation. Like, are you fucking stupid?
Right.
Like, bro, I'm gonna go to the beach next day. Fucking get this boy some looks, and then, a couple months, it's gonna be nice, solid green.
Right.
But dude, speaking of Facebook, where did you pull up that Yelp review from that you so famously were on?
You brought up Yelp, and
Yeah.
then I just decided to look at the posts as Yelp.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it was like literally just on there. Yeah.
yeah, because you asked me, you were like, I said something to you, I was like, man, people that fucking Yelp or leave, like, Google, Facebook reviews are fucking insane.
Yeah.
And you're like, what were you looking at? I was like, oh, I was looking at ours, the post. But the thing is like, I reactivated the Facebook, and I went to, like, the employee page, and then, like, later on that day or the next day, just how Facebook is, showed me the post, like, public page and shit, like the post, bar, whatever page, bistro bar page. And I was like seeing the reviews, the stars, just the stars, not the reviews. And I was just like,
Right.
fucking clicked it, dude. And I'm just like, look at these fucking insane fucking people.
They're like, yeah, I sat down for 2 minutes, and they brought me water 3 minutes after that. 1 star.
Those kind of motherfuckers, dude, just Yelpers or Google reviews. Like, that's even crazier that you go on Google
Right.
and you're going to fucking review a place.
Takes a certain type of person, dude. A certain type of entitled mentality where it takes, like, I'm going to be the judge of this place. Like, oh, yeah.
Well, it's just my opinion. Like, no, you just left a giant paragraph on this fucking business's page
Right.
about something that's, like, if you've ever worked in fucking hospitality, that's understandable why that happened to you, because it's a Friday night and you had to wait 10 minutes.
Right. You should have to... I feel like you should have to work in the specific industry you're trying to do a Yelp review in before
Yeah.
you can make a Yelp review about anything business in that industry. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. I feel like, hey, if you're trying to fucking write a Yelp review on like this bar, guess what, dude? You're gonna have to work in the fucking food industry before you fucking do that shit, dude.
It's just the power of fucking the internet and shit is good and bad. And this is bad because businesses and shit. It's not like people are leaving Yelp reviews at fucking McDonald's.
Right.
They're leaving at like mom and pop single owned
Yeah.
places that are
And
not
nobody's
franchises.
like, that was great. I gotta go on Yelp right this second. It's mainly like the most negative things that make you want to go on, that make people want to go on
Yeah.
Yelp and just fucking. They're like, I didn't get what I thought I deserved. So guess what?
You start yelping about customers.
Right.
Like, well, that, like shit that I. No, I'm not even gonna fucking resort to them. The thing is just the type of person to Yelp to feel like, oh, I'm a critic. Like, no, you're not.
Right.
You fucking you went out to eat and
Right.
like I don't know, nobody like complimented your jacket that worked at that business or establishment, and now you're fucking complaining about waiting 25 minutes for your well done burger
Right.
on a Friday night.
Music was loud. 1 star.
Like, oh, okay, we'll just turn it down for you.
Right.
It was loud and busy.
Okay.
Yeah, you Saturday night. Yeah,
Kind of wanted the place to myself. 1 star.
the waitress was ignoring me. No, they weren't like they weren't ignoring you on purpose.
They weren't ignoring you. They were just probably outside smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, give us a break. I'm not a server, but whatever. Dude, like when we went to fucking Gachos,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
It was really bad.
I got food poisoning.
Guess what? Not bad enough to leave a Yelp review. I'll tell you that.
It's not. It sucked, and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna go for a while. I'm not gonna
Right.
go back. I
Still
haven't been back since.
Right.
But there's my Yelp review.
Right.
Keep it to myself.
Right.
Maybe talk if it gets brought up in conversation with friends. Yeah, it fucking sucked, and my friends are gonna be like, well, I went. It was really good.
Right. And it's funny whenever we bring that up too. We're always like, I'd go again because it was probably just a bad day. Like we just have that in our head. Like, yeah, places have bad days.
Yeah.
Like, we went on a Tuesday or something like that. Like,
I didn't go on Yelp and say, oh well, I don't know, all the meat was overcooked, and I just didn't.
there was a couple things that were our fault about that. Like, we didn't even realize till like
towards
near
the end of our meal.
towards the end of the meal that we could have just been like, yeah, I want a rare piece.
Yeah.
And instead I'm sure they're told like, hey, give them some of the well done shit unless they ask, because like no one's gonna fucking, you know what I mean?
Well, let's get rid of this garbage first.
Right.
And they're like, hey, table 15, they're eating a lot of it. Well, get them the other well done stuff. We want to accommodate them with our delicious well done meat.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know. It's just it's usually
Or be smart about it.
yeah.
You know,
I
you
don't
go
know.
up to a table of black people, maybe offer it to them. You know, they like well done meats.
They do.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I was at Dickerson, we were talking about there was a couple other brothers that were cooks and shit,
Right.
and they were talking about tuna, and one of the dudes was like, "What?" He's like, "Still red in the middle." What do you mean? He's like one dude was like, "It's like I don't know, like it's not bloody, it's red because it's a delicate fish and people like it like that red." He's like, "Nah, I can't have any of that shit." And I was like, no joke, I was like, "It's some white people shit." Like the tuna, the tuna.
Yeah, you right.
He's like, it's usually coming encrusted with like sesames or some shit, and it's not even good unless you go to a place that's known for seafood.
Right. Really though.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Just fucking. I've been to great restaurants, and I'm not gonna Yelp about it.
Yeah.
Like fucking same thing with a bad experience at Gachos comes up. That's it. But to go out of my way and go online and fucking possibly discourage potential customers for a place, that's just fucking stupid.
Like, think about all the things you could do with your time, dude. Like, think about all the things you could do. Like, you could do literally anything but write a Yelp review, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many productive things you could do.
Yeah. I had to wait an hour for my food. Dude. Fucking come on in the kitchen during service. Stand there and fucking see what goes on, man.
Yeah, but yeah, upon fucking looking at where we work's Yelp page, I came across some pictures of myself. So somebody, I kind of assumed that this was gonna happen because, like, I don't know, like maybe a week or so prior, there was it's real busy at the bar at night where we work. So like when I have to leave the bar, I gotta push through people like constantly. Every time I leave the bar to get something, I have to push through people, like literally. And so like every other day, I'm pushing through people. I push through, and I hear somebody, like I hear a physically hear somebody's phone hit the ground. You know, you can kind of hear like when a rubber case hits the ground, and like I'm like, oh shit. And I like look back and see some chick picking up her phone. So I'm like, fuck it, going to get what I'm getting. So I do that, and when I come back with whatever I grabbed, I remember I had like cases of stuff. So I have like cases in my hands, and she's like, like stands in front of me as I'm walking through again. She's like, can you like not barrel through me again? And I was like, could you not be in the way? And I won't. She was like, well, no, I wasn't in the way. I was right here. And she said, you knocked my phone out of my hands. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't care at all. And she's like, you don't care? You don't care? I'm like, nothing you say to me right now will make me care about your fucking phone. I was like, stay the fuck out of the way. And it won't happen. And then sure enough, she got all butthurt. And then next thing I know, I'm like fucking doing shit behind the bar. And I like look up because I see like a flash. I'm like, what? And then I look up again, and she's like taking pictures of me. And so like in the heat of that moment, I was just like, hey, make sure you include them in your Yelp review. And I started laughing. And sure enough, dude, I look on Yelp, and there I am. And then a long story lying about how I've injured her walking through when she never once presented that to me. She said she fucking twisted her ankle pretty badly. But it's like, no, you didn't. You dropped your phone. That's what happened. Don't fucking lie. You lying on a Yelp review? What's next, lady?
Dude, that's hilarious. That fucking, yeah, man, when you got to bring cases of beer, because when I bar backed, it's just like the main bar and then that side service bar, and there's just a little bit of space for barbacks to come back with cases of beer or cases of whatever, liquor or, you know, ice. So people just sit there. They make a wall.
They stand
and
there because they're like looking to get a drink or whatever. Or some people think it's cool to stand there, so they try to get their drink and then hover there. And
yeah.
It's like, dude.
Like, dude, I don't even want, like, I'm fucking working. I don't give a shit about your drink. I'm trying to just get through.
Right.
I probably have your drink in this case.
Right.
So get the fuck out the way.
Right.
So I just, after a while, bar back, and I just fucking Debo elbows out. Just fucking.
That's what you got to do, man. Especially when it's like super busy and like people are all fucked up, dude. You gotta, like, you can't just go, excuse me, like fucking every fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
well, you do say that, but like, excuse me isn't enough, is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta like push through, dude. You literally have to push through the crowd. It's crazy.
The fucking big part of why I stopped doing that shit, man.
Yeah.
Because the most hectic fucking and annoying part of the night doesn't hit till fucking hour 10 of your shift, and you're just like
cool.
Like, fuck. Like, usually it's the other way around, kind of, or maybe in the middle, and it fades out. Like, but
dudes that
now,
just fart, they will move. You'd be surprised, dude. I fucking crop dust them all the time, dude. They still just stand there, dude.
motherfuckers smell like farts when they show up.
I know, dude.
Sometimes
they
you
just like bask in it, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes you just go back in the walk-in cooler and put the beer back, and bartender asks you, and you're just like, yeah, 86 it.
Yeah.
We don't have it. This dude fucking smells like a hot fart. A fucking glove box department fucking fart. So he farted in his car and just fucking closed
shoved
it
in the glove box and
put up the fucking tinfoil sun block thing. But yeah, dude, fuck that shit, man. And fucking customers, especially at like a bar or a restaurant, no fucking idea.
Right. You knocked my phone out of my hands. Man.
Good.
Right.
Ain't nobody calling you.
Right.
The fuck out of here.
I know. Why you call the news? Maybe tell them.
Fucking get Chuck Gatica on this bitch.
Get the problem solvers on it.
Where's Fat Boy with the little mustache on Fox 2? What's his name? Matt Murray or some shit? Hugh Perkins? When I was a kid, I used to think Hugh Perkins, he's the skinnier black dude on Fox 2. I used to think Hugh Perkins and the chubby black dude that I can't think of his name,
right.
They were like brothers. Like, not, but like related.
Actual brothers.
Like, they went to, I don't know, like the Great Story and stuff. Like, their dad was the first black newscaster in Detroit, like in the 50s. And they both went to like a a good college and shit for journalism, and they fucking both got the same gig and shit at Fox 2.
They're like, "Yeah, we made it, brother."
Hurtin' Perkins. Like, that's what they call the news team. Hurtin' Perkins. Like, he's got the morning, like 4 a.m. to noon, and big boy comes back from lunch with the fucking napkin still stuffed in his tie. He's like, all right, let's check out weather. Off rip, he's giving you the weather because he's like still finishing up some of his lunch. They cut back to him. He's just like, it's going to be a hot one. Yeah, that's, I don't know, man. That's just something I noticed about people, Facebook, whatever. It's just there's a whole community that does Yelp reviews. Whatever. Good or bad. Like, fuck off. No one
Fuck a
gives a
Yelp
shit.
review, man. Go get the fuck on. Go do something productive, man.
Go to a place that you've never been before and fucking just give it a shot. Don't the only thing shittier than people leaving bad Yelp reviews is people that read them and they're like, I'm not going there.
Right.
Like, you're a bitch. Like, oh my god, this person had a terrible time at a place that I'm trying to go to. I'm not gonna go. Like, what?
That just comes down to there's certain people that just fucking need direction, dude, or they won't even make decisions, dude, for whatever reason. There's some people out there like that. It's like, oh, I heard that movie was bad. Like, okay, why don't you go find out for yourself, dude?
Yeah, generally movies that I haven't seen before and people are like, it's bad. It's like, well, I wasn't going to watch it because you said it was bad. I just wasn't going to watch it.
Right.
Like John Wick.
Right, yeah. There's like
Don't give a shit if it's the greatest movie ever. It's just like, I had it in my head. I've seen trailers. I'm just not going to watch it.
Right.
No, but it's about this guy whose wife gets murdered and they killed his dog.
So.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Just not going to watch it. John Wick can play in a fucking hockey movie or some shit.
Right.
I'm not watching it.
John Quick.
It's funny. That's actually a goaltender.
Right.
I exposed my joke.
This dude said, I went to a 3.5-star motel and it sucked. I mean, did you write a Yelp review?
Okay. I mean,
is that a Yelp review? Is that your Yelp review right now? That's fine. I mean,
I went to a 3.5-star motel and it sucked. Okay, so like you went to you looked up prior how many stars this motel had?
Oh yeah, is it a motel or a hotel? Because any motel is gonna suck, dude. Say good. I hated the Matrix. Matrix was good. It's just they fell off after the first one.
Yep, never seen it.
It's so 90s though, dude, if you like watch it.
Okay, so it was a motel and it sucked. Like, yeah, man. Like, what
people
it's not the Mirage.
Generally people buy motels because they want to have sex with prostitutes, so that could be why it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Did you have a prostitute with you at the time? Because it could have been her problem. She could have been what actually sucked.
Hotel?
She better have been what sucked.
Like, it sucked. Like, was it dirty? Like, because that's kind of expected.
Yeah, why did it
motels.
suck? I kind of want to know now. Was the carpet like fucking stained and shit?
So yeah, we're just reading this chat and fucking.
Oh, you're all right. So yeah, I guess. Smelled like shit. All right.
Most motels do.
Yeah, motels are fucking horrible, dude. They're for banging prostitutes or cooking meth, dude. That's what hotels are or motels are for.
Or
it was pet friendly. Yeah, that's why it stunk, dude. You know how many people's pets smell like shit, dude, and they're just bringing them in there.
motels are also good for laying low if Mexican cartel and a dude with a really bad haircut's chasing you because you have a briefcase, and then you put that briefcase of money in the air duct system, and you get 2 rooms on the opposite side. And the lady goes, well, why don't you just have the 2 rooms next to each other?
He's like, I want this one. He's like, those it got 2 double beds.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it was a dude. It's got 2 double beds.
Fresh out of meth, or were you cooking meth in there, Nick? Huh?
You ever have you ever stayed at a like a casino's hotel or anything like that?
Yeah. They're
They got
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bed, cool, dude.
Right.
Like, I mean, I don't like prior to what he said he was with his wife and his dog.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I was in a motel. I was like, well, you sleep in your fucking car next time.
Yeah, I know. It's like I feel like if it didn't have bed bugs, shut the fuck up, and sleep there for the night and go home when you're done.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Anytime I've had to stay in a hotel or anything, and I walk in and I turn the light on, I'm like, oh, they have beds.
right.
Awesome.
Exactly. Just what I needed.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Turn that light on. Oh, they got a toilet.
Nice.
Flushes. Second drawer from the left.
And it's even more of a
Bible.
plus if they keep the sink and mirror outside of the actual bathroom itself. Just throwing that out there for
Yeah.
anybody who's planning to build a hotel.
And then if you turn the TV on and it's on Married with Children, very hotelish.
Hell,
Very hotelish. Yeah, man, I don't know. Just fucking keep it to yourself, bro.
for
Not
real.
you, not
Right.
you. I just say, bro.
People
sometimes.
will make Yelp reviews. Keep
Yeah.
it to your goddamn self. Or better yet, go jump off a fucking cliff and yell it while you do that.
Yeah.
You'd probably be better off with that.
And if you land on your legs, I'm sure 3 people would walk up and crush your face because you left a Yelp
Right.
review.
With a
Maybe that's what
fucking
happened. They left like
oversized
bad.
cricket mallet.
Yeah, they left bad Yelp reviews about the fucking Swedish meatball house down this road. And they're like, well, you have to kill yourself now. And they're like, oh, we didn't think that'd get out. You yelped about it.
Right.
Do you know what Yelp means?
Right.
You
It's like-
yelp.
Is it supposed to be like? Yeah. What's that even stand for? Like help?
Yelp?
Yelping.
Yeah,
Yelling
well,
for help.
You yelp. It's like, basically the business of Yelp is making fun of the people that are going to use it. Because when you
Right.
yelp, you're just flapping your fucking fat mouth. They were out of strawberry when I wanted vanilla. Don't care. The Cajun chicken was too spicy. Well,
Unforgiving.
they served my slow braised rib sandwich on white bread.
That
Good.
was the only plus of. They're like stoked about that.
Yeah.
That was the only plus of the meal.
It was on the white bread, not Wonder. It was a little thicker. Almost seemed homemade. One more thing about Yelp real quick. I remember one time I was on it, and I saw somebody complain about the food, and it was like a week before me reading it. So like, let's say I read this Yelp review on January 12th. They were like, I was there last Thursday, and I read everything, and they was just complaining about how the food was cooked. You know what I did? I pulled out my phone and saw if I worked that day.
What? Did you?
No, I didn't work that day. I was like, man.
It's probably Aaron, dude.
Yeah,
He probably fucked up the orders.
I won't send that shit out if I work at the window.
Right.
If your egg still has that raw little film over it,
Right.
I'm gonna turn around and give it right back to you because I wouldn't eat that shit.
Right. For real.
If your egg looks like this on the BLT sandwich, it's not even. Like, how did you get that egg to look like that? There's been times where I see a motherfucker try to cook an egg, and it's just dying, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm looking at the egg on the pass, and it's just like, and then I'm still watching it, and it just cracks
Right.
because the gravity is just taking its soul,
Just pulling it.
the soul being the yolk. Like, it's like under. He fucking sucks. Fuck him, dude. This is so. I don't want to get too in depth with fucking work and shit. It's so dope, dude. Same week he left, then I got a fucking raise.
Hell yeah. That's tight.
But I don't know if I got one because everybody else around me's new,
Right.
and it's like, oh man, Kevin's like been working really good,
Right.
but it's just like everybody's new.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like one of
It
those.
might be because you had to deal with working with everybody who's new. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking my paycheck, baby. My paycheck. Get that shit. Hood rich. I don't know, man. What time? What are we at? 1:48.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's. I feel like I shouldn't bring this up, but the Jorge Masvidal thing,
Yeah. It was brutal.
it's super brutal. Because it's so quick. That's why I said I don't know if I should bring it up because it's
Right.
so quick.
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't think we could kill 12 minutes with it. Like, how could you kill 12 minutes of time talking about a 5-second knockout?
Shit, dude.
We're gonna try. No. Yeah, dude. I was fucking at work, man, and I knew he was fighting that night, and I was like, fuck, man. I hope I can make it home in time to like, cause my brother texted me. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be at the house. I'm gonna record that shit.
Right.
So he didn't get it because now UFC, you gotta. It's
You
not
have
on
to
pay-per-view.
have fucking.
ESPN.
You have to have ESPN and then pay for pay-per-view.
I have ESPN, but you have to have ESPN's like digital sports. I think it's
Like
ESPN
streaming?
Plus.
Right.
It's like not just for MMA or UFC. It's like NFL and shit. It's like premium shit or something. So UFC has like a big deal with them, and now all their you can only order their pay-per-view events if you have that ESPN Plus, which is like $15 a month.
Plus the fucking
$60 of a pay-per-view or $65. So now you're talking $15 a month, and then if there's a UFC event you want to watch with friends and shit, that's $60.
fucking A, dude.
Yeah. So fucking you're talking like paying $170 a year just to have the option to be like, oh, an event might come up
that I
don't
really want to spend $60 on, but I will.
Yeah. Like, I'm not getting ESPN Plus just to have the option if I want a
That's
UFC
whack, dude.
pay-per-view down the road. Yeah. A lot of, homeboy that does the podcast with Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, he does, like, a podcast Below the Belt, and he was talking about it. He's like, you just killed the casual fan.
Right.
He's like, they're not going to fucking go that.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He's like, you tell me I got to fucking get this bullshit ESPN thing just to want to.
Yeah, I read something about that, but I didn't look into the full thing. But someone said that you had to have ESPN something to even be eligible to order the pay-per-views. And I was like, dude, that's like now I'm absolutely out of the pay-per-view game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not gonna fucking ever now.
The thing that on Brendan Schaub's podcast, the thing that he brought up that was interesting, he was like, I personally don't know this, I haven't done it, but he said since ESPN Plus or whatever is digital, they're saying it's going to be a lot easier for motherfuckers to stream that shit to like third parties and stuff, because when you would buy a pay-per-view, it was through your cable company, and your giant cable company was whatever, like they ran the pay-per-view system.
Right.
So now that it's not, through the cable company anymore, it's ESPN's own thing, which is like digital or whatever. They said it's going to be easier, or it is easier to illegally stream it.
Right.
So if there's
I'm not actually sure, but that'd be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Jorge knocked somebody out. He almost killed him.
Right. Has there been an interview with that dude since that happened? Because fucking embarrassing, dude. About that.
He was on that journalist's show, Ariel Helwani. Ben Askren, he was on his show today. I didn't see anything of it.
Right.
But kind of like I'm gonna give Ben a little bit credit of I forgot
Super
her.
Smart of him to just put his head down like that when he. Is that what you're saying?
He was on Twitter, or no, a female UFC fighter. I forgot her name, but she tweeted like, "Man, the fight game can be deadly," or like, "Man, the fight game can be tough on people. Yeah, just let them get this loss. Like, ease up on the person."
Right.
And Ben Askren retweeted that. He's like, it's fine. I probably deserved it. Meaning like the whole knee.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, whatever. But it was just funny. Jorge, he's still like, I fucking hate him.
Right.
Like even after the fight, he's like, fuck him. So I don't give a shit. He's like, if I see him in public and shit, I'll fucking give him another combo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And Jorge retweeted something. It was Ben Askren saying the day before the fight, saying like, yeah, I don't get full on 3-piece and a grape soda. And Jorge retweeted, he's like, you full yet? He's like, did you get enough to eat?
He got fucking fall off last, dude.
Yeah. Somebody, the journalist in the press conference, was like, oh, you're getting criticism for mocking him when he was out cold. He like stiff, like his like toes were all curled and just stiff, like they're probably 5-6 inches off the canvas.
Right.
And Jorge was like, oh, like I'm getting shit. Basically, Jorge said, why am I getting shit when this guy talks shit about people's fucking culture, family, wife, even kids? He's like, just who Jorge is, being a street thug from Miami and shit, just like bad motherfucker. He said that, and then he was like, good, I hope my other motherfuckers like him and Conor McGregor that talk shit about people's culture, maybe they'll think, oh, I shouldn't talk shit about this motherfucker because he'll fuck me up.
Right.
He's like, fuck him.
Right.
He literally said that. He was like, fuck him, I don't care.
What did he even say to him?
He was just Jorge being a
Cuban
immigrant and shit like that, just kind of like, he didn't say anything racist or anything like that, but just like, Jorge felt like he was being talked to, like Ben was talking to him and tweeting him like he's dumb and like,
Right.
I don't know, just being like a thug and shit, because how Jorge got to start street fighting with Kimbo and shit.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, you're just a fucking street thug, you know, with your buddies and shit, fighting for peanuts on the streets.
Here we
or
are.
whatever. Yeah, fucking. But he said that, and then somebody was like, well, what about the criticism for those 2 extra punches when he was out cold? He's like, what about him? He was like, they're, oh no, the journalists.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah, he was like, they're absolutely necessary. He's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, my job's to beat somebody up and take him out until the ref pulls me off.
Right. Straight up.
Here we are. How many times have there been like a fight going on? Like a dude punches him, dude falls back, and he's like, yeah, and the dude's like, I'm good.
Right.
Like,
For real though.
and they end up losing. Plus the hatred that Jorge had for him.
Right. I thought it was fucking dope.
So good, dude. There's a video of him practicing that shit like 48 hours before it.
Right. He said that's how it was made. Guys off the street in factories. Pretty much, man. Really.
What do you say?
Just pretty much talking about like how like organized fighting was made. Pretty much, I guess. You know. It had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably started with some tough fucking thugs. Really.
Dock workers and shit.
Right.
Prize fighting.
This dude said, what about that MMA chick going to the WWE and using the Piper name? Bitch, she was a great. Who did that? Do you know anything about that?
The Piper name?
Like, I'm guessing some MMA chick went to WWE and is using like
Oh,
Roddy
yeah.
Piper's name in
Yeah,
some way. Like,
Ronda Rousey.
she's going by
She'll wear like the.
Ronda Piper.
No, she does. Her like nickname or whatever is Rowdy.
Right.
Ronda Rowdy Rousey. And then when she made that transition to the WWF or whatever,
So it's just
She-
not.
she was like wearing the fucking kilt and had like the Hot Rod
All right.
Piper shirt. But the thing is,
Just
like,
because the rowdy part.
yeah, but before Rod Piper died and shit, he was like totally cool about it. He was like, yeah, cool, yeah, you can use that fucking shit.
Right.
Dude, that movie was so awesome he was in.
They live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Slow start.
I'm about to watch that later.
Yeah, slow start because he's like a fucking John Rambo-esque kind of guy, just free roaming and
Right.
shit. And then he lives with like these, I don't know, like poor religious people, like religious in a good way, like trying to build the community.
Right.
Slow start, and then, man, that ball gets rolling. He's at that bank, just blowing motherfuckers away. Aliens or whatever. That movie's dope.
It really is. The sunglasses one. Yep. You got it. They live.
You dirty motherfucker. Just kicks him right in his balls. I thought that shit was hilarious how they mimicked that fight in South Park with Timmy and Jimmy.
Yeah.
8-minute fight.
That shit was hilarious, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
Pretty
nothing.
much done here.
Yeah, not too much else. So I'm counting.
It's just now.
Yeah, so yeah, Dan's not here.
Oh yeah, we never even said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally we
Rude
got
of us.
right for real. Normally we got like a producer dude that runs all this shit. We probably would have been pulling stuff up if he was here. Like probably a clip of that dude getting knocked the fuck out. I'm sure.
Yeah, man, like today's podcast was probably the first time in like maybe a month, like 4 podcasts that I wrote notes and shit, what I kept looking at my phone for was just in order
Right.
of shit to talk about, everything that we talked about today. And then when I came over, I was like, you said something about how Dan, you know, probably isn't going to be here. And I was just like, oh,
Right.
fuck.
Yeah. For real.
If he was here, I'd just have it up on the screen and then.
He said you forgot Dan. Damn. Yeah. You're telling me, dude. Hopefully it doesn't hear that.
Hi,
Actually,
Dan, if you
hopefully
do.
it does.
Yeah.
I'll watch the shit, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Subscribe, Dan.
right.
I don't know if he is or has or hasn't. But yeah, we're gonna leave it on that. If you do go see Midsommar, remember that we kind of spoiled some shit, but we more criticized
Yeah.
shit with our opinions. So still give it a shot. I'm not gonna yelp about the movie.
Yeah,
Maybe the theater and the fat sweaty nerd trying to open up the fucking rolls of quarters.
For real.
Need to lose those rolls, baby. But I don't know. Like that.
Yeah, I don't got anything else either. I got a show coming up on the 13th. Somewhere in Ann Arbor. It's called Porch Fest.
Porch Fest?
Yeah, it's like somebody's like it's basically like a summer party. Basically,
Yeah.
they just got some bands playing
It
it.
was like those barbecues that we went to.
Kind of like that, yeah. But
Hopefully cleaner,
right.
less scummy.
I actually thought about that shit the other day because sometimes I go by that intersection, you know, where like there's the intersection, then there's the railroad intersection right
Yeah.
next to it, like
Yeah.
right where that gas station is, where that was. I kind of go by there a lot, so I was thinking about that shit the other day. I was like, the barbecue, dude. I remember that shit. It
Been to like 2-3 of them, and
was cool.
just on that big. It was like a big hill, the road.
Yeah.
I like if you're coming from past the train tracks, you turn right on the street. It like goes up, right? The hill
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
house was on. And they had this sick half pipe back there. And I just remember watching them, and I'm like,
Cool.
all right, I'm just gonna go over here now.
Right.
Like, where's
Like,
your?
where'd the keg go?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go over there.
You guys moved the keg. Who moves?
Right.
Why'd you move the keg?
Right.
Where? Bring the guy out here.
Right.
It's just some fucking skateboarder, bro, like in a full body cast. Like, dude, is it tapped yet? Like, no, man, we'll bring it in here. It's like, sick. All right. On that note, I think we're gonna end it. And please like, share, subscribe, click that bell.
Yeah, good. Thanks for hanging out, Nick. That's tight.
Yeah, thank you,
It's a
Nick.
Good show.
Oh, dope.
Thanks, bud.
Awesome, man.
We're out. Later, motherfuckers.